and welcome to this week's Faces of the Jewellery Quarter. I'm pretty excited this week because I'm here at Anderson's Bar and Grill with no other than Dan Anderson. How do you do, Dan?
How do you? Nice
Good to see you. Thanks for inviting us in.
Pleasure.
Basically, for those that don't know Anderson's is just off St Paul's Square. Which road is it actually on? What's it called?
Marianne Street.
Marianne Street, not far from the Jam House, basically. But you guys have actually been here for a long time.
We have, yes.
And yourself, you've actually been working in the kitchen. You've taken over as director, I think. And you're working. It used to be called the Buckle-Maker, is that?
It was, yes. It was called the Buckle-Maker many years ago, and then we took over in 2009.
2009. So Buckle-Maker was going for a long time, very popular. I think you said that times had changed, and you thought it was time for a change to this place as well. So you wanted to. How did you want to change things here?
Well, back in 2009, we had, as everybody knows, the world crash of everything. The big recession, and at the time, the Buckle-Maker was very fine dining, and it was very focused on high-end kind of service and food elements. What we wanted to do was bring in an element of comfort to our client base. So we were wanting to be accessible. We wanted to be able to get people within the restaurant and not have to worry, forget everything else outside. The great thing about being in the cellar is that you don't have any windows, so you don't have to worry about the weather or anything else like that. We have no clocks in here, so it's timeless. You never know what time it is down here. And we wanted it to be a comforting point for our clients, so they could come down here and relax, enjoy themselves, and be in our home, really, part of our home.
So, trying to focus on comfort. Did you change the interior design of the place as well as the menu?
Yeah, we changed. This was mainly brick, this building, so we put elements of colour in, and we did a bit of plastering and brought a bit more of a contemporary feel to the building, but not too much. It has a lot of character, this building, so we didn't want to take away too much of that. And but the elements of service that we had previously we kept. We wanted it to be a very good point of service, without it to be becoming too overbearing. We went straight down the lines of training all of our staff with a new idea of being a steakhouse, but delving into the elements of beef and what the British beef world has got to give, and that's what we wanted to focus on. So, and
obviously focusing on steaks and beef.
Yes.
You've won lots of awards. I know you've gone into a lot of detail about the beef that you use, and could you sort of explain in a bit more detail how you've worked on that?
Well, we were one of the first restaurants, I think, in the UK to give as many rare breeds or native breeds that we do. So at the moment we have about 5 breeds of beef that we utilise throughout our menu, and we've been working very hard over the last couple of years to enhance that offering we give to our clients. So we've recently bought our own dry aging salt chamber, which is pretty cool. So we can look after our own beef, we can finish it properly in the dry aging element. We can use Himalayan salt in there to help the dry and age process.
Himalayan salt?
Yeah.
I take it that's different to sea salt.
It is, yeah. It's from Himalaya. And it's got very interesting properties to bring to our beef aging element. So once we bought that, we really wanted to find some very small niche breeders. So we tend to approach breeders that have maybe 20 to 30 heads of cattle maximum, and they're all rare breeds. So they're very well kept, beautifully kept animals. And we also work very closely with a group called the RBST, which is a Rare Breed Survival Trust. And through them, we're working closely with these breeders to continue the breeds, because if they're not being used, they'll be lost.
Sure, yeah.
So we then add another element to our menu, which is a market menu of highly exclusive beef that is first come, first serve, because we can only get so much of it.
Yeah.
And that's done us really well. It's been greatly accepted by the client.
Are they fairly locally sourced? Is that right?
Yes, well, Gloucestershire is the main element for us. There's a lot of breeders in Gloucestershire. We're looking in Scotland as well. The UK is local to us at the end of the day. It's everything within the UK is local, really.
And could you explain a little bit more about these awards that you've won? Are there too many to mention?
We won Restaurant of the Year, Midlands in, I think it was November 2017. We also won Best Steakhouse with the Birmingham Food Awards in November 2017, and we won West Midlands Restaurant of the Year November 2017. So
wow.
we won three awards in a matter of 3-4 weeks.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it was.
So the switch from the Bucklemaker to Anderson's, the sort of focus on sort of accessibility, comfort,
yes.
But also the sort of the quality and the amount of sort of detail that you go into to make sure that
yeah, that's critical for us. It's the quality of what we want to give to our clients is the be-all and end-all of what we want to do in business. Also for my team, it keeps my team interested, it keeps them learning as well, it keeps them on their toes of what I expect from the quality that I want to give to my client, and it also gives my client something different as well. You know, if they're willing to try something new, then we'll certainly help them with that, and if we'll take any kind of feedback from our client. If they're not too keen on it, then we'll change it. Client is king.
And it's not just steak you do here. I mean, what is on the menu? I mean, if people come here and they fancy something different from steak, I mean, what do you offer here?
Yeah, we do. We do a small element of other main courses. To be honest, we've grown in such a way over the past nearly 9 years now, of people come down here for the beef, and that's what they want. But we do other elements. So we deal with chicken. We'll deal with lamb. I love seafood. So my starters are mainly kind of seafood orientated.
And I take it, does that go well with beef? So
absolutely, surf and turf.
Yeah, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
absolutely.
It makes sense. And obviously, as soon as you come to Anderson's, you'll notice. Obviously, it's really, really well done in here in terms of the interior decor. But you've got spots of colour in terms of the artwork. I don't want to give it away too much, but it's definitely pays reference to the main meal of the day.
Absolutely.
Shall we say? I mean, how do your specials work? Because I was with another restaurant recently just around the corner, and their specials worked on what they could get fresh at the market that day, depending on sort of seafood.
Sure.
How do your specials work? How do you pick and choose those?
Well, it depends. If we're going down those kind of lines, we deal with a lot of scallops here. So it'll be down to the inventiveness of what the chef wants to create, and if it makes sense, it has to make sense. So we can utilise basically whatever comes in fresh from our supplier that particular day. My guys get on the phones with the suppliers the previous day, what we've got coming in through that's seasonal, and we'll work out what we're going to do from there, and then create it for the menu the following day.
Okay.
The beef elements, or we do because we don't just deal with prime elements of beef. We don't just get sirloin in or fillet in or ribeyes. We get in from our smaller breeders the entire cow. So at the moment we're looking at getting some high growth beef in soon. So that's His Royal Highness Prince of Wales, and we deal with a guy there called David Wilson, who is a phenomenal breeder, and we're able through the RBST to have those kind of contacts where we can choose our animals or our beasts to maybe a year and a half before they're actually brought into the restaurant, so we can follow the actual trait of how it's being looked after, what it's being fed, and everything else like that. And when that comes in, we've then got lots of alternative cuts of beef that we've got to do something with. So that's where the inventiveness really comes in.
Right.
So a couple of weeks ago we had a ragu of beef with a squid ink and saffron open ravioli, which is all made in-house, salsa verde and white truffle, and that was a beautiful little dish. And those kind of things have to be created because we want to utilise all of the animal. We are called a steakhouse, but I like to utilise all of it, all the animal, and see how we can create something that's going to be enjoyable for the client.
Yeah. Well, that's certainly got the taste buds going. And you also try and make a bit more of an effort, or give the opportunity for people to make a bit more of an occasion when they come here.
Yes.
Your extra services. I mean, I've seen that you also offer like a chauffeur service if somebody wanted maybe Valentine's anniversary, maybe a proposal, who knows.
Absolutely.
So they can phone up and basically ask you to organise a chauffeur-driven sort of arrival, that kind of thing.
Yes, we deal with a company called Main Exotics, and they're a cracking company who deal with chauffeur-driven cars. Close protection as well, if anybody needs it. And yeah, we've been working with them for about 2 years now. So any special occasions, yeah, they're the guys to call.
You're open lunchtimes every day of the week, is that right?
We're open Monday to Friday lunchtimes, and we open on Saturday from 4 o'clock. Closed on Sunday at the moment.
Take a break on a Sunday.
Yes, day
Right,
rest.
you need a break.
Absolutely.
Well, fantastic. And if people want to book, they're just going to phone up, go through your website. What's the best way to?
Yes, website's a good one. It's always great to phone. We're lucky enough to be busy enough over the weekend, so you're looking minimum 2 to 3 weeks to get in on a weekend.
Wow.
But yeah, definitely phone call or website.
So check the website address, which is now on screen, and obviously try and think ahead before booking here on the weekend. Also check out the social media. I know they're very busy and they've got all the stuff on there.
Sure.
I hope you can all come down and try the steaks here, meet Dan and the guys here. No doubt you'll enjoy yourself. So I appreciate your time today, Dan.
Pleasure.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks very much.
We'll definitely come and try again soon.
Lovely.
See you again next week. Thank you very much.